Hey, Magic Makers, welcome to another Friday quick brain nugget. I'm still trying to figure out what the heck to call these things, but the goal of these Friday episodes is really to keep it short and to the point, right? If you went longer, hear more of my talking. Every Wednesday, I produce a episode that is with myself or with another guest, and they're more of a longer format. These, I just wanted to be like one quick thought to get you through the weekend. So this right now, I'm going to kick off a series, and it's going to be three weight loss lessons that I have learned over the past 15 years. And some of them might be an aha moment and completely change your life, or some of them could be just a reminder of things that you're like, I know, but I just ain't doing it. But trust me, I have many of those things that I'm like, I know, but I just ain't doing it. So the first thing I learned was I can't do it on my own. So many of us are independent, grown ass women, and we just want to just get shit done. I know that. I'm that person too. And and I think back to, and I've been doing this for over 15 years. And I think back to like when I first started to do fitness competitions. I didn't know Bo Diddley about fitness competitions. And at the time, my personal trainer, he said, you know what, Kim, you need to go see this woman. She knows everything about fitness competitions. Go see her. And when I went to go see her, she cut my learning curve, right? It saved me, I don't even know how many umpteen hours of clicking and scrolling through Google to figure out what the hell is the show? What shoes should I get? What bikini should I wear? How do you cover up your butt so it doesn't like make you look like you're wearing a thong? Although nowadays, I think like everyone's wearing a thong on the stage, but I digress. So she cut my learning curve in half, right? She got me ready to like go from 0 to 60 pretty fast. And that's what a coach does. And, for me, when I first got into this business, I worked with someone because I was like, I didn't know anything. I read Shape Magazine, I read Self Magazine, I read all the things in the magazine, all the diets that people were doing in the magazines, but somehow it just never seemed to work for me. And then I was like, I need help. And I got help. And, little did I know that he was going to change the course of my life when I met him. But I'm so grateful that I stepped up and I got help. And the same thing happened for me about 7 years ago. I was putting on 10 pounds a year. And I am like, what the hell? I am doing everything right. I am going to the gym. I can't work out any harder. I can't eat any cleaner. What is going on? So I was like, you know what? I'm sick of literally beating my head up against the wall. And then I hired someone. And the first thing she did was like, all right, let's see what you're eating. And she says to me, she's like, Kim, she's like, no one's going to ever say that this what you're eating is horrible. However, I was eating too much. I was eating too much healthy food. Yeah. Did you just pick yourself up off the floor? Yes, you can eat too much healthy food. It's a thing. So first thing I want to share with you is that I know many people like, I don't want a food log. If you're not getting the results that you want, something is wrong. And it isn't a signal to double down. It isn't a signal to go harder, right? Because typically the go hard approach, that's what's gotten you into the trouble. The doubling down approach, that's what's gotten you into trouble. So here's where I challenge you to say, you know what? If I am not getting the results that I want, it can't hurt to have someone look over my shoulder. And so many of my clients say this to me. And if you haven't been checking out, I've been having a client testimonial series on this podcast once a month. I interview current clients and former clients. And the biggest thing that they always say to me is that I point out blind spots, right? My client Aubrey, we joke about it now, but she's like, I was eating Ezekiel bread and apples like for decades, like multiple times a day until you're like, for the love of God, like go a week without them. And she was just like, she was clinging to that because it was just so, that was just like, if I eat Ezekiel bread and apples, that's what I need to do. Right. And so many people would get into these like food ruts, and we get into these ruts of like, oh, I bought it at Whole Foods, so it must be fabulous. Whole Foods sells damn chocolate. So just because I bought it at Whole Foods don't mean that it's like the best thing for me ever. So I want you to think to yourself, right? If I am not getting the results that I want, working with a coach can help you to identify what some of the red flags that you might be doing. Because if I continued to go down the path that I was going down, I would still be scratching my head. I'd still be banging my head up against the wall. And if so, you feel like something is off, don't be afraid to ask for help. I am a coach and I had to ask another coach for help. This is how I look at it. Do you ever see a doctor doing surgery on themselves? Do you ever see a dentist filling their own damn cavity? No, they're like, I got a cavity. I need you to take a look at it. So ask for help. And it's not a sign of weakness. It's going to accelerate your results because I tell you, everyone listening to this thing right now, you know it all. I know you know how to eat. I know you know how to work out. I know you know these things. However, there's probably like one or two things that if you just tweak them just a touch, boom, your results would come. So you can always ask me. There are plenty of coaches out there, but I just want you to say, you know what? I'm sick of banging my head against the wall and I'm ready for something and I'm ready to make a change. And if that sounds like you, I'd love to be that person to help you. If you have any questions, do me a favor, hit me up in the socials. You can find me at Kim Jefferson Coach all over the world. Or you can just reply back. You can just shoot me an email at hello@kimbarnesjefferson.com. All right. Have a fabulous Friday, and I will talk with you next week.